September 27, 2025. The South China Sea glistens under the tropical sun, its vast expanse shimmering like a jewel in the morning light. Yet beneath this serene facade, a simmering tension lurks, hinting at the brewing storm of conflict. The BRP Sierra Madre, a rusting Watu-era ship, stands resolute at Ayungin Shoal, manned by determined Philippine Marines who embody the spirit of defiance. On the horizon, Chinese Coast Guard and militia vessels loom, their presence a stark reminder of their intent to block Filipino resupply missions. This time, however, the Philippine supply boats are not alone. They are escorted by modern naval corvettes, a bold and unmistakable show of resolve and strength. Radio warnings crackle through the airwaves as the world watches this high-stakes maritime standoff unfold, each moment fraught with potential escalation. For years, China's vessels have harassed Filipino fishermen and patrols, their aggressive maneuvers largely ignored by the international community. But today, the Philippines is fighting back with assertive transparency, turning every act of Chinese aggression into a global spectacle, ensuring the world cannot look away. Filipino vessels stand firm, documenting every hostile maneuver and broadcasting it to the world in real time, ensuring that every act of defiance is witnessed globally. This strategy has exposed China's bullying tactics and rallied international support for the Philippines, drawing attention to the plight of a nation standing up for its rights. The courage of Filipino sailors is now matched by a government unwilling to back down, a government that stands firm in its commitment to protect its sovereignty. The world is watching as the Philippines proves that the size of a navy isn't the only thing that matters. It's the resolve and unity of a nation that truly counts. Armed with law, alliances, and the truth, the nation is reclaiming its agency, forging new paths of resistance and resilience. The BRP Sierra Madre is more than just an outpost, it's a symbol of defiance, a testament to the enduring spirit of the Filipino people. The Philippines is showing that standing up for one's rights is non-negotiable, a principle that resonates deeply with its people and allies. In the West Philippine Sea, a new chapter of resistance is being written, one that will be remembered for generations to come. The spirit of a nation stands tall against overwhelming odds, a beacon of hope and defiance in turbulent waters. At the heart of the South China Sea dispute lies China's sweeping 9-dash line, a controversial boundary that claims nearly 90% of the entire sea. This line, drawn unilaterally by China, cuts across vital shipping lanes and rich fishing grounds, making it a flashpoint for regional tensions. The 9-dash line blatantly encroaches on the Philippines' exclusive economic zone, or EZ, an area internationally recognized as belonging to the Philippines for resource exploration and economic activity. China's claim, rooted in vague and often disputed historical rights, directly violates the United Nations Convention on the Law of the Sea, UNCLOS, a treaty that China itself ratified in 1996, agreeing to its rules and boundaries. Frustrated by China's growing aggression and the lack of progress through bilateral talks, the Philippines took the unprecedented step of bringing China to court in 2013, seeking legal clarity and international support. In 2016, after years of deliberation, the Permanent Court of Arbitration ruled overwhelmingly in favor of the Philippines, declaring China's 9-dash line baseless under international law and without legal foundation. The ruling also affirmed Philippine rights over key features like Mischief Reef and Ayungin Shoal, both of which are well within the Philippines' EEZ and have been flashpoints for confrontations. China, however, flatly rejected the verdict, refusing to recognize the court's authority and escalating tensions by increasing its military presence in the disputed waters. Despite China's defiance, the arbitral award became the cornerstone of Philippine foreign policy, serving as a powerful legal and diplomatic tool. The current government fully embraces the ruling, using it as both a diplomatic shield and a rallying cry to unite the nation and assert its rights on the global stage. Today, the dispute is framed not just as a territorial squabble, but as a defense of the rules-based international order, with the Philippines standing up for international law and the rights of smaller nations. This landmark legal victory empowers the Philippines, strengthening its position in negotiations and regional security discussions. The case has resonated with nations worldwide, drawing support from countries that value a stable, lawful maritime environment. Ultimately, the fight is about upholding law and stability in the region, ensuring that international rules are respected and peace is maintained for all. For years, the Philippines played defense. protesting China's moves, hoping for economic rewards that never materialized. The new administration has flipped the script, embracing assertiveness over appeasement. The Philippines now leverages law, diplomacy, and information, not just military might. The 2016 Arbitral Award is cited in every forum, from the UN to ASEAN, reframing the Philippines as a defender of global commons. By internationalizing the issue, Manila compels other nations to take a stand. This marks the Philippines' rise as a true middle power, using creative diplomacy and coalition building to punch above its weight. The country's strategy is to win legitimacy and global opinion, not a shooting war. By exposing China's actions and building alliances, the Philippines shapes its own destiny. Even with limited resources, conviction and creativity are proving powerful on the world stage. The Philippines is no longer a victim, it's a norm setter. Radical transparency is now the Philippines' weapon of choice, a bold strategy in the face of mounting maritime tensions. The Coast Guard and armed forces meticulously document every Chinese provocation, embedding journalists on the front lines and releasing real-time footage to the world. This approach ensures that every incident is captured and shared, leaving little room for doubt or denial. This proactive campaign has shattered Beijing's propaganda machine, providing irrefutable visual evidence of aggression that quickly spreads across global media platforms. The world now sees the unfiltered reality: water cannons blasting Filipino boats, dangerous maneuvers by Chinese ships, and swarms of militia vessels asserting control over contested waters. Domestically, this transparency galvanizes public support and unity, inspiring citizens to rally behind their Coast Guard and military, and strengthening national resolve. Internationally, it arms allies and partners with undeniable proof, making it easier for governments and organizations to condemn China's actions and call for accountability. The Philippines has turned information into a force multiplier, imposing reputational costs on Beijing and shifting the narrative in its favor. Every Chinese denial is swiftly countered by clear, documented evidence, steadily eroding China's credibility on the international stage. This asymmetric strategy allows Manila to challenge a much larger adversary on its own terms, using information as a powerful equalizer. In the digital age, a single viral video can be as influential as a warship, shaping public opinion and international policy with unprecedented speed. The Philippines is winning the information war, one documented truth at a time, building a compelling case for justice and transparency. In this new era, transparency has become its most formidable weapon, reshaping the balance of power in the South China Sea. The West Philippine Sea is now a battleground for China's gray zone tactics, coercion just short of open conflict. Chinese Coast Guard ships use water cannons strong enough to shatter glass and injure Filipino crews, targeting resupply missions and fishing boats. Dangerous blocking maneuvers and swarms of maritime militia create a constant threat. These fishing vessels are state-backed proxies, denying access and asserting de facto control. The Philippines responds with restraint and persistence, documenting every incident. Each act of harassment is publicized, turning China's tactics into a global PR liability. By refusing to be intimidated, the Philippines exposes the daily risks its sailors face. The world sees the cost of upholding the rule of law at sea. Manila's resolve is clear: it will not be bullied into surrender. Assertive transparency has rallied global support for the Philippines. The dispute is now seen as a clear case of a large power bullying a smaller neighbor. The US, Japan, Australia, and European nations have issued strong statements and increased security cooperation. Joint patrols and explicit defense commitments send a powerful deterrent signal. Even within Southeast Asia, countries like Vietnam quietly support Manila's stance. The Philippines' bold approach has created diplomatic space for others to be more assertive. This growing coalition adds weight to Manila's position and isolates China. By defending universal principles, law, navigation, stability, the Philippines has gained support far beyond its size. A just cause, communicated effectively, is a force in global affairs. To reduce vulnerability, the Philippines is diversifying its economy and security partnerships. Trade ties with the US, Japan, Australia, and new markets are being strengthened to lessen dependence on China. The goal isn't to decouple, but to limit Beijing's leverage. Military modernization is underway with new warships, missile systems, and surveillance aircraft. The Enhanced Defense Cooperation Agreement with the US expands joint training and base access. New security pacts with Japan, Australia, and Canada deepen defense cooperation. The aim is credible deterrence, not parity with China, but the ability to impose costs on any aggressor. Enhanced intelligence sharing and joint exercises boost maritime defense. Economic and security realignment builds national resilience and sovereignty. The Philippines is weaving a network of trusted partnerships for a stable Indo-Pacific. The Philippines' assertive strategy carries real risks. Close encounters at sea could escalate into crisis, demanding discipline from Filipino crews. China still wields economic leverage and could retaliate against key sectors. Sustaining domestic and international support will be a constant challenge. The best hope is that reputational and diplomatic costs force China to moderate its behavior. The worst case is open conflict, more likely is a prolonged, tense standoff. Success depends on resilience, unity, and keeping global attention on the rules-based order. The Philippines must manage risks and stay the course. The Philippines' approach offers a blueprint for small and middle powers facing larger rivals. The Manila model isn't about military confrontation, it's about law, transparency, and alliances. Legal victories anchor claims in international norms, shifting the contest to moral and legal grounds. Radical transparency mobilizes public opinion and exposes aggression, turning propaganda into liability. Coalition building transforms sovereignty into a team effort, making it harder for aggressors to intimidate. The lesson: don't go it alone, build a network of friends who value a rules-based world. The Philippines has shown that conviction, creativity, and alliances can level the playing field. In the 21st century, even smaller nations can shape their destiny. The Manila model is a masterclass in asymmetric statecraft. It's a call for others to stand up, speak out, and defend the global order.